Hi everyone, it's Siddharth here, and it's episode 3 of the Sidcast. And today's topic, I'm going to focus on leveraging systems for success. So, the reason why I'm talking about systems is because systems is essentially what creates a lot of success and hence wealth for a lot of people in this world. And one of the interesting stats that I read the other day was that 1% of the people that predominantly own a majority of the wealth in this world, that's about 95%, most of that wealth is actually real wealth that they've created through the use of systems. Now, why are systems important? Because systems essentially help a person leverage off other platforms or other people or other sort of ways where they can actually become efficient and effective in terms of creating wealth. And that's why it's so important that when you look at all the different successes in terms of big corporations, in terms of big businesses. So to give you an example, most of us know Henry Ford. He was a creator of the automobile or the car as we know it today. And most of his wealth actually came because he actually created a platform or a system, which was the assembly line in terms of assembling vehicles at a certain rate per day. So because of that, he was obviously able to create a sort of supply for something where there was massive demand in a market at the time that needed, that kind of transportation. So he wouldn't have been able to achieve that success if he hadn't obviously created such an assembly line. And what you need to keep in mind is that that assembly line obviously had other people. So his wealth actually came from using such a system where he was leveraging off other people, leveraging off a platform that was in place so that he was not actually there most of the time, obviously, in terms of creating, the wealth that he wanted. So essentially what he was doing was he was using a principle which is basically known as Pareto's principle. And that is that 80% of your success or your results, or even for that matter, your wealth, will come from 20% of your efforts or plans or procedures that are put in place. So that's actually being effective. And the same thing can be said for like a platform or a franchise like McDonald's. So McDonald's essentially is a franchise-based concept, which is different franchises that are based around the world. Now, the owners of McDonald's obviously are not actually actively involved themselves in terms of creating their wealth, but they know they've got a system like the McDonald's franchise in place where they know that there are going to be people that are going to be doing the work that are actually going to be obviously, retailing out the McDonald's franchise and the brands and obviously selling the food. And through that, obviously, they're getting a certain percentage in terms of their royalties. So they're creating wealth in that aspect. And this is all because there's a system in place. Now, a system can be something that's, like you see in a factory, or it could be something that's like a technology, or it could be just leveraging off people's processes or practices that they put into place, or leveraging off other people in general who are more successful than you. And that's how you actually start creating success for yourself. So the reason I'm also mentioning the system aspect and leveraging off a system for success is because one of the things I really focus on when it comes to building a business, and I focus a lot on the online space, because for me the online space is where really I see a lot of trends actually coming up. The online space basically allows you to leverage off a lot of different systems where you don't really have to be investing a lot of time or a lot of your own time, but you can create massive results in terms of financial success, in terms of success where you as a person become more better in terms of your way of living your life or improving your standards of living. So I also wanted to mention it is because when you're looking to say create wealth for yourself, now in the traditional sense, you would probably look at a traditional business where you feel you would need a lot of money, you would need a lot of time, a lot of people that need to obviously help you in that. But really, if you look at the online space, there are platforms where there are inbuilt systems, or if you want to call it a better sort of automated based system, where you can actually create an online business and you can obviously create sales and obviously drive profits, and hence from that perspective you can create wealth. So this is why I say that the system aspect is very important in terms of how you look to create and leverage off success for yourself as a person. And if it's something where you feel that perhaps you need to start looking at in terms of maybe, creating, for example, another income stream, or you want to sort of just build a platform where you have actually creating a lot of success, then I would suggest getting in touch with me. I mean, I'll include my details here for contact, and you can email me and ask me how exactly you can leverage off an online-based system where you can actually create an online-based business. So hopefully that has given you a lot of value in today's episode. And as always look to live an empowered life. And I wish you all the best for the following week. I will see you in next week's episode. Take care.